guys, it's me, Kisame Unlimited.
And me. I don't know why the lighting is so harsh right now. 24. We haven't really changed
Maybe
anything.
it was the TV that was helping.
Maybe.
Hey guys, it's me, Kisame. My top 10 guilty pleasure decks.
Okay.
Like the decks that are not decks that I would specifically like to voice that I like to use, but I have used them and I do like playing them, you know, situationally.
Okay.
And I definitely feel like I've had my moments with them, so I kind of feel like, you know, it's a worthy list.
Go ahead. Let's get started.
Crystal Beast. I have made it pretty known that I've kind of given up from that deck and that like that deck and me aren't going to work.
That you moved on.
Yeah. But there's that little guilty pleasure side of me that always wants to try to make it work. But it's like, for me, it's like, I always feel like anytime I ever see like a new Crystal Beast card get dropped, I always feel like compelled to try.
Okay.
Even though I know that like nothing.
It's bad. It's not gonna go.
Yeah, nothing's ever gonna come from it.
Flat on my face, but yeah.
But I'm just like, I want to do it. Should I?
Mm-hmm.
Who's gonna know? So like, yeah. So that's one thing with me with like Crystal Beast with that. Herald of Perfection.
Hell.
I know.
Ew. And you like Master Hyperion. You did play those back in the day. You're such a scumbag.
You know what it was?
Go ahead. They can't hear that.
So, but like, with I want to say Herald of Perfection, I used them back in the day with like Cyber Angels, and I mixed them with like, with the
Cyber Angels? Oh, yeah, the rituals.
And with, you know, the Star Scythe, you know, the one with the chair and stuff and everything. I used to use that.
Oh, Star Seraph, yeah.
And Archlord Christia.
Oh my god, Archlord Christia. Oh my god, a floodgate?
It's something that I don't even mention that I use it, but I did definitely use it, and I'm just, I did that. Cosmos.
Oh, that's a guilty pleasure. What's so guilty about that?
Because for me, in a lot of ways, like I liked them low key when they were popular, and when they kind of fell off, I kind of fell off with them. But low key, there's still that little side of me where it's like I kind of want them to be good again, so I can use them.
Those are one of those decks. Like, didn't I say like those decks that disappeared? Like that's one of those decks that just disappeared. Was so popular. And just, like nobody.
100%.
Everybody did that, so don't feel bad. Everybody was just like, I'm done playing with you. Like,
but you see, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like one of those people that like I kind of like. I'm like, yeah, I'm really into this, and then the moment they fall off with everyone else, I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of.
That's literally who you are at your core. You've done that with prank kids. You've done that with Crystal Beast. You've done that with aliens. You've done that with everything.
You can't count Crystal Beast and aliens because they were never popular. And but prank kids, like I also didn't really play them when they were popular. Because when they got popular was when they had the Link one, and I didn't play it in that format. So fuck you. Ritual Blue Eyes.
Oh, with Chaos Max and all of them? Okay.
Now, for me, that's kind of like one of those decks where it's like, it sucks. It's not a good deck in the slightest. It's very gimmicky. Sometimes you're like, okay, I'm going to use the incantations. I'm going to give one to my opponent. And then if I have Max, and like, because I could literally, Sheehan Spy or Creature Swap, and I'm like, this is your 0 defense monster. And now I won. Mm-hmm. And it's so gimmicky and so like not reliable in the slightest. Because that deck loses to hand traps like that. But like for me at the same time, I'm like, I like just the gimmicky side of it. And that's why it's like such like a guilty pleasure thing for me, because it's like I like using it even though I lose. Okay. And I don't really do that. I don't really typically pick something that
you like just summoning the monster?
No, I like winning in that obscure way of doing the double difference.
Yeah, piercing.
Yeah, I don't know why. Okay. But I like it.
You thought you could escape. You can't escape me.
Altergeist.
Oh my god, man. Get a life.
Nick, you know what it is with me with Altergeist? I'm like, sometimes I'm like, You know what I'm in the mood for? A good old trap card. I'm in the mood for a good old floodgate. And I'm sometimes in the mood for like a good old combo heavy, low, slow deck. It's like once in Blue Moon, I'll get that itch for like all three of those things. And I'm like, Altergeist here. I haven't played Altergeist in a hot minute, but I do like that deck. It is a deck that's up my alley.
Garbage.
Gradles.
Oh!
I like Gradles. To be fair,
I hate the way you played Gradles. Because you were like, I played Gradles with Kaijus, and I'm like, no, Kaijus was my thing, buddy. That's my territory. You don't get to play, I'm the Kaiju man.
I think...
Even though, if you don't just play Kaijus, I wouldn't mind that, because remember War Monsters? You love that game? That reminds me of that, so I wouldn't have been that mad at you.
I'm actually shocked that you remember that.
What, War Monsters? It's a part of my childhood. But the fact that you mixed them with Gradles would make me go like,
you know what it is with me? It's like but they really didn't have much. They had like 4 monsters, well, 5 monsters, but it's like they didn't really have a. Yeah, I forgot about him. They made him later. I was like, yay, more support. No.
Mm-hmm. What they give him a lake monster? You back on that train? You check him out. What was the appeal? Was it Gradle Dragon?
I think I was attracted to like the whole like, oh my god, I could steal your monster, any monster, and then he he attached like fucking venom and it was slime based. I was like, this is everything I wanted, and then I was just like, and then it kind of just dropped off because it's like my other friend like really hated like the play style, and it's just like I don't know, they felt tampered with me. It's like I still
let people get in your head.
Yes, unfortunately. Mech Knights. Now, Mech Knights I've used for like, I don't even want to say it's a guilty pleasure. It's just pleasure. I love the concept of it. Like, I don't know why. I feel so sophisticated using Mech Knights. I'm just like, oh, I put it over here, and I'm going to put it over there, and I'm going to calculate later by putting it in the link zone that I'm going to use this column later. And then it's like, oh, you're going to activate your monster effect? Oh, I'm going to just move my indigo and just make them bounce around to negate your effects. I feel so, like, high class using that deck. I don't know why, but that's just like a pleasure of mine, is just feeling that superiority. Plus nobody uses them, so I also take a lot of pride in like, this is
one thing that I will say about Mech Knights. I played with Mech Knights too, Mega Knights. I played with Mech I played with the Mega Knights, but I think that they're one of the most impactful archetypes to ever hit the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because not to say that card placement wasn't important, because we've had cards like that involved the column, but I think that they were the first archetype that made people really start paying attention to where they play cards, because then you start getting into the Crusadias and stuff like that, where people had to be like, oh, I can't play a card there because I want to be...
I think your version was Crusadias and mine was Mech Knights.
Yeah. I did play Crusadias with the Mech Knights, but I then took the Mech Knights out of there and I put the Kaijus in, because that just made way more sense.
Nurse Burn. I have always played a burn deck. I have always liked using burn. There's something about like chipping away at your life point meter that I've always kind of liked, and I feel like Nurse, when I was introduced to that, it was just so like, it was so much quicker, because like the OG burn was just like 500.
Stealth Bird, Solar Flare Dragon.
Don't hit me. It's like, but Nurse was basically like, I'm gonna come on the field and I'm gonna flip everything, and either I got it or I don't. And I'm like, kind of like that, because it was just kind of like hit and miss. It's kind of like how I felt about Light Storms. It was just like,
was Nurse like the card itself was the one that did the damage, or you needed the trap card with it?
You needed the trap card with it, because Nurse made anything that made you gain life points, you lost it instead.
Yeah.
And same thing went with Bad Reaction to Samachi, because they both did that. Yeah, they both had the same thing.
And then you got a Bad Reaction to Samuchi. Yep, you're going to have that little hole in your stomach. You sit there. I'm
going to be filming with you. I'm going to be like... Don't mind me. You smell that? Millennium Exodia.
That's a guilty pleasure for you?
Yeah, because you know what it is? In so much ways, I always wanted to use Exodia. I always did. Can
I just ask the question?
Yes.
Why don't people like that? I can see why it can be annoying a little bit, but I don't think it's like that annoying.
I'm happy to hear that, because like I'll say
but people, it gets a bad rap. People are like, ew, that deck is so ew.
But you know what I love? The reason why I love it so much is I'm just like in the back of my mind, I'm like, I could win through traditional Exodia. Most of the time, that's never really the case. But I like all the OG Millennium cards. Like, I'm like, the Senjin's a prize card. And I'm like, having me using a prize card, like, in that realm in my head, I'm like, oh, I like that. Like, Millennium Shield, I remember that shit when that was like a McDonald's Burger King promo. And I always talked highly about that duel with Rebecca. Like, so for me, it's like, and then, like, the
Flame Champion was like McDonald's card too, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
and I remember like that, and the way that they built him, I like it. I'm like, you're an Omni-Negate, you are untargetable, and then at the same time, it's like I could literally just hit you with 8,000, and it's not like but you know what I like that they did to him? I thought that they were going to make his attack points is your life points, and that's it.
Yeah, but like, no, he could keep gaining it.
Yeah, it's like, I'm like, I can hit you with 7. And then I can hit you with a 6.
Yeah.
And then like, now I'm at 15,000 or some shit.
Yeah, he keeps gaining it. I thought that it was like that. Like, his life points, his attack points become the life points. So as you play, it would dwindle. But like, no, it just adds on. But I was like, oh, that's a pretty nice addition. And the fact that he gets to pull the resources at the end of the turn. So you get the Exodia Obliterate to wipe the field if you need to. No, it's a pretty good, I got played it in Master Duel. So I was like, oh, I can see what the hype is. But like, I didn't understand what, like, because I saw all the flaws in it too. I'm like, okay, it has a problem with consistency. It's a little bit easier to run over, to interrupt. But it was very much like, okay, but what's the hubbub for people to be like, ew, this deck is just nasty. If you play this just...
I don't know. Like, I like using it. All right.
Because there was a big part where I played it and people would just quit instantly. Like, they didn't even want to see it. I'm like, what do I do?
Spellbooks.
With Spellbook of Judgment?
Yeah, sure. With or without it, I liked it both ways. Now, for me, it's like, the thing I like about it is I feel like I am a fucking genius using that deck. I'm like...
Like your IQ goes up when you play it?
Yeah. Like the deck is trash. And I like to make, like, OG... I'm talking about when OG spellbooks were a thing.
Like
not when they were, like, an engine piece. Yeah. I'm talking about when they were, like, their own... There was just something about it. It was, like, slow and steady, but counter by counter. And power, like, gaining my advantage bit by bit. And I'm attacking you, and all my cards are getting stronger. Like, there was something about it where it was, like... It was... I also like a deck that just keeps going on and on forever, and that deck did that, because Tower was like, recycle it, draw another, go through the same books 20 times, and I'm like, okay.
You spell book of power, gain advantage, spell this, you get a search another one, and then get another card, move on to the grave, copy that effect.
And then you were trying to do something, your turn, Spellbook of Fate. But yeah, it's like, I honestly really, really like that. So those are my top 10 guilty pleasures.
Would you want to see any of those decks come back, like your top 3?
Oh, absolutely.
If you had to pick one of your top 3, which one would you want to see come back?
Out of those 3?
Yeah. Oh, it would only really be 2, because clearly Exodia's...
Yeah. I would probably, yet again, I would go with Spellbooks. There's something about them where it's like, if they could get a huge wave of new support, and they were their own deck again,
back
absolutely.
On the bandwagon?
Yep, 100%.
Alright. Well,
I really like that deck. So don't forget to check out my Instagram at 2 previous videos.
And comment down below your guilty pleasure decks that you would like to play that people give you crap for, or decks that in his list that you would like to see come back. Comment them down below. Let us know. Look forward to arguing with all you guys in the comments. Don't forget to check out all of our individual accounts, Master Duel IDs, Discord server. All of that is in the description down below. 2 previous videos. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.